Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. When it matters most, turn to the voices you trust. We go beyond the headlines, bringing you the stories you won't hear anywhere else. Live coverage, sharp analysis, real perspective. At home or on the go, stay connected when it counts. Stream Fox News on Fox One. Download today.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Sunday morning. Well, what's going on in New York City? Well, there's some good news going on in New York City. With us today is Vincent Vallelong, and he's the president of the largest police union around, and he represents 15,000 active and retired NYPD sergeants. Well, Vincent, tell us the good news.
Well, John, yesterday we had our delegates meeting, which comprises of about 162 delegates across the whole entire city. And we set out yesterday to revisit the violent protest and counter-protest that was held at Gracie Mansion and the actions that were taken by our members of the service and the safety, their own safety that was put on the line. I really feel deep down in my heart all the time with my men and women that the one thing we should always do, we should always tip our hat to our own people. Sometimes I think we take that for granted. So yesterday we honored five people: deputy chief, 3 sergeants, and the police officer that were all involved in that incident outside of Gracie Mansion about a week and a half ago.
That was, I remember seeing it, the video about it, and that was a situation that unbelievable that these guys drove up from Pennsylvania to do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, their intention was a catastrophic, damage to anybody that they can hit with those IEDs. And, the assistant chief, who was Edwards, and 3 of my sergeants and a police officer really just jumped right into action, didn't even think about their own safety. Were more concerned about the lives, that were at risk with the people across the city, including the people that they work with.
Now, tell me, Vincent, it's, we're worried about New York. We're worried about our country. We're worried about law enforcement. What can the average citizen, there's a million people probably listening out there, what can the average citizen do besides voting in November?
Yeah, that was the one thing that you just stole my line. It would definitely be voting, but they have to voice their opinions. I mean, just because there's not an election going on right this second, and it's not until November, people need to call their offices and they need to tell the politicians, this is not what we want. Our city is going down a path that, we might not be able to turn around from. And we don't want to end up like San Francisco. You do not want to end up like Portland. There's no reason for anarchy to reign supreme in New York City. New York City is the jewel of this world. It's the financial epicenter of this world. And you need the police officers, the men and women of the NYPD, to do their job, keep the businesses safe, and keep the citizens safe.
Now, let me ask you, I mean, you talked about San Francisco. A lot of people are leaving California. A lot of people are leaving the blue states. As a matter of fact, I was at on Fox News the other day, and a lot of people are leaving the blue states, and all of a sudden, the governors are saying, "Come on back." I said, once they leave, who's going to come back?
Yeah, once you establish yourself in a new place, I mean, there's no reason for you to go back home. But it's funny because I call those people that move out of those states that created those problems because they let the policies, go by the wayside and they really had no care whatsoever. I call them locusts because they go from one crop and now they're going to go to a different place where actually things are working and probably destroy the politics there too.
That is horrible, and we have to realize that we want our kids and grandkids to grow up in an America that we grew up in, not in what they're trying to change America to. And what other advice would you give the people listening this morning?
I mean, listen, the incident with the IED with these 2 ISIS-inspired terrorists, it's pretty much, it's just a stark reminder after 25 years after these attacks on 9/11. New York City still remains a big target, and law enforcement officers are the only ones, and they're the only line of defense between public safety and death and destruction, which is why we need the support from our elected officials, and the people of this city are the ones who are going to have to push the politicians to get it for us.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. Well, Vincent Vallelong, president of the largest union, the Sergeants Benevolent Association, and thank you so much for everything you do and speaking out for all 15,000 of your members. And God bless you, and God bless New York, and God bless America. Thank you so much.
Same to you and your family. Thank you very much.